Let me first explain what is the configuration file. When you log into the web interface to configure your device, you set for the cities, for the PTs, for the nominal, for the password, if it is FTP password, if it is the web password, all the network settings, serial, DHCP enable, disable, display settings, all of those settings and many more are available at the configuration file. So this is basically some kind of ID of a specific device, for example, G4410 or G4420 or the portable device. The configuration file is available at the compact flash of the device. So if you will log to the FTP link on Elspec search, you will go into the compact flash where you can find a few folders. The PQZip recording is all the PQZip files. You're probably familiar with this folder. Another folder, for example, is the language settings. Another folder is the reports folder. And there is also additional folder, which is the configuration file. In this file, you will find the last 10 configurations available. The highest index is the most recent configuration file. If you will open this file either in a notepad or Word document, any text document, you will find a XML file consists maybe thousands of lines. This is not so friendly way to use the configuration file, but if you use this one, you can use the Control F function to find, for example, for nominal, what is the nominal settings. Assign such configuration file to another device to use this file as master file to be assigned to other devices is not recommended. The reason for it is that assign to another device will copy everything, include the calibration, include the IP of the device, the name of the device, and some other settings which are not recommended to be copied. Therefore, you would like to copy only specific settings. In order to copy those specific settings, you would use the configuration utility tool. The configuration utility tool is available on the CD for the installation you have or on Elspec website. Why we would assign such a configuration file to another device? First of all, if you would like to back up your device, the settings, or for any future need, that you can use this option as a restore to default option with Windows, very similar. Also, in order to create a custom template, so if you have a few customers, you go, for example, with the portable device, you will save those settings, then you go to another customer, and at the future, if you will come back to the same customer, you can use this configuration file rather than configure the device again. Another option is for big customers where you have high volume of devices. Let's say if it is a utility company which has, let's say, 500 devices, you would not like to go 500 devices one by one and to do a configuration to all of the devices. Then you can just create such a master configuration file, and with one simple PQ-SCADA task, you can apply this configuration file to another 500 devices. If you have any questions, guys, just feel free. You have the chat box on the left side. You can interrupt me and to ask any kind of question. If we will open a configuration file, as I said, we will find the XML file, which consists of all the configuration. The architecture is as follows. It goes within the blocks. One box, for example, will be the device setup, where you can find the cities, the PTs, the nominals, the frequency, the topology, whether it's a single phase, a star configuration, whether it is a delta configuration. You have other blocks such as the communication, prior quality compliance, etc. The system architecture, when we do this kind of task, so first of all, we have the configuration file, the full configuration file with all settings. Then we merge it together with the user preferences. So the user, using the utility configuration tool, check only those checkboxes with the settings, with the specific settings that he would like, he or she would like to filter and to create this custom configuration file. So this custom configuration file, let's say it will check only the current settings, it will only create a file consist only the current settings, what means the nominal, the city, and the polarity. This custom configuration file, which has only those specific settings, will be used as a template for the PQ SCADA upgrade and configuration task. With this task, you will use this template, and the user will define which of the devices is it going to be applied to. We will go exactly over the how to create such a task at the end of this session. So when we open the configuration tool, the utility configuration tool, we have 3 steps. Step number 1 will be to choose the device and to choose which configuration file from the 10 available configuration files will be used as the master, the source, let's say the source file. You have 2 ways to access this configuration file. One option is the local folder, just copy, or you can use also FileZilla to copy it to your system, either to the desktop or to your C drive, and then just browse for this CNFG file. The other option is to use the FTP folder, where you can choose, you can search for the unit IP from those IPs/devices which are available on the network, and to choose which one of the 10 files you would like to use. Step number 2 will be to choose which one of the settings will be copied to this customized CNFG file. If you will go with your mouse over one of those settings, you will have a tip tool explaining what is exactly this setting. You can choose either from the device configuration, from the advanced configuration. You can choose for communication. For example, if you will take the network LAN 1, it will copy the setting. If in LAN 1, DHCP is enabled or disabled, what is the IP, etc. Fire quality compliance, for example, will copy the definition of the compliance which is being used. For example, EN 5160 or other compliance, and also user-defined. We'll copy also the user-defined 1, 2, and 3 pages from the web interface. Step number 3 will be to log and to actually take the file from the device. The password, if it is not used, will be again similar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The file, when you save it, need to start with G4K underscore and must end with .cnf. Once you finish this step, you will have a .cnfg file, a configuration file, filtered to only those settings which you would like to copy. It will be available on your system, on your machine, or laptop, let's say. Please remember to do such a configuration file, to copy it to another device, must be with similar hardware. What means if you create a file from master CNFG file from G4410, it must be applied to G4410. G4430 must be applied to G4430. If you have one multi-IO card, it must be copied to another module also with one multi-IO card. That means the hardware must be similar. As I said before, manually copy a configuration file is not recommended. We recommend to use the utility tool, else it will copy all of the settings, including the calibration, including the device name, the firmware, device time, etc. One more thing you should note is when searching for devices, if the Elspec search is running, it uses the same port, then there will be no device available. If Skype is open, this is similar. If it uses the same port, you will find no devices online. So please close the Elspec search or Skype and then search for the device. Once you have this .cnfg file available on your system, you can create the PQ SCADA task. You should choose device firmware and configuration update task. Assign a name for this task. A name will be just a free text. Then choose which one of the modules of the devices you would like to apply this CNFG file to. As I said, it must be the same, the same module. Then you select the source file, the one that you saved on your computer, and to define if you would like, it's not a must, the email or the text messaging for update regarding what is the status. Is it failed? Is it passed successfully for this task? Once you finish do this task and it was a success, you will have basically one device copied to all other slave devices. Another usage for the configuration file will be once you need some kind of support, you would like someone from our team to go over your settings of configuration if there was any kind of issue, we would suggest to send the configuration file with any kind of support request. This is basically an overview about the configuration task, guys. So if you have any kind of question, this is the time now to ask this question. This is, as I say, very simple and very useful tool. This is not part of the functionality of the system. The system can work without it. This is just an helping tool. Now, generally about the webinars, we are going to have this kind of webinars every 2 weeks on Thursdays. You are more than welcome to join. I will use also this opportunity to tell you that we just opened recently a Facebook page for Elspec. We are going also to do the same with LinkedIn. If you will go to Facebook, you will find us as Elspec-Ltd. I just put it here. You are welcome to like our page. Now, thank you very much, guys. I will stay here available another, let's say, 15 or 20 minutes for any kind of questions. I see one question from Greg. Yes, I will send you the PowerPoint presentation. So I will shut now the audio off. If you have any kind of questions, just put it on the chat box. Thank you very much, guys, and appreciate your participation.